You're back with another one. This time we got top 10 anime where overpowered main character goes berserk when his friend slash lover gets hurt. I would say loved ones. That's friend slash or his when his loved ones get hurt. But it's each his own. This is by anime. Every time I can't say this name. Animeology. It's always either animology or animeology, but I don't know. I keep butchering it. So make sure y'all like the video, comment, subscribe. Let's get in it.
Over the years, we started to see more and more.
And you know
series
Natsu
get
gonna be on
heavier
this list.
regards
Natsu
to
gonna be on
plot,
this list.
themes,
Bad,
and
bro.
characterization. The idea that
You
cartoons
hurt
for kids
Urza!
is something more
Ah!
stupid
Like, bro.
every day. There is nothing more blood-boiling or intense as when a loved one gets hurt and we see an MC enter rage mode and go absolutely berserk.
Asta might be on this list too.
That's what makes our hero truly OP.
Naruto with the nine-tailed fox. Hinata. He's lost it.
Thank you for joining us today at Animeology. Try not to get too emotional as we cover some.
I don't
of the
remember if
best
animeology.
animes out there,
See, it is
where we see
animeology.
an
I
overpowered
listen.
MC completely losing it and entering God mode because
don't know if
one
they
of his
do,
friends
like-
or lovers gets hurt.
I don't know if animeology they do like obscure ones or like mainstream ones because I haven't watched their videos in a minute. It's yeah. So we gonna see.
Number 10, Saisen Cerberus.
Never heard of this, so it might be the obscure ones. Okay. I like a good mixture in these lists, A good, like, 5 obscure, 5 mainstream. So you at least you be like, oh, I've seen that. You get that moment.
Mobile role-playing game, Saisen Cerberus has developed such a brilliant world that it spawned into both a successful manga and anime series. Really heavy into the ancient medieval fantasy realm of Kunan, we learn of 3 kingdoms with a strong political undertone undermining this world. A careful balance of power keeps this world operating with tense relations between the kingdoms. To make things worse, an evil dragon that is near unstoppable is spreading destruction across the lands. Saisen Cerberus follows a team of wizards as they attempt to put a stop to this powerful dragon beast before it destroys the entire world. Unfortunately, the dragon snaps back and slays some party members, leaving only their young son Hiro alive. Fueled purely by revenge for his parents' brutal and vicious murder, the MC is full of insane rage to defeat Dragon. Follow him on this epic quest for vengeance as he journeys this mythical land in order to finally defeat this dragon, avenge his dead parents, and save the land. But the true source of Hiro's power is intertwined with the strength of the dragon. No spoilers here, check out Saisen Cerberus to find out more.
But like, was that dragon just minding his own business, or was he like actively killing people? Like, were they going for the dragon for sport? Just they're like, hey, he could be a potential threat. Let's go ahead and kill him. Or like, if he was just flying around, taking out a town here or there, once a month maybe. That's I'm gonna just leave him alone. I'd be like, just let me know when you're coming to my town so I can leave. So we give you some offering. We'll breed some cattle. You can have as much cattle as you want. I'm not fighting that dragon. To be honest with you.
9. Guilty Crown.
This just seems more obscure.
Most futuristic animes have a brilliant version of the days to come. Guilty Crown manages to paint a beautifully dystopian future and layers on an extremely mature political thriller around it, with some engaging action scenes. The sheer level of detail in Guilty Crown's plot is what made this a series we won't be forgetting anytime soon. The year is 2029. After the mass release of this biohazard apocalypse virus has crippled the world. Wait, does that sound a bit familiar? Okay, anyway, Japan couldn't contain the virus and needed international help. The United Nations and a shadowy organization comes in to contain the mass-spreading virus, but instill their own government and take control of Japan in the process. Guilty Crown kicks off 10 years in the future with the establishment of the fight for freedom and resistance, and the battle for Japan begins once again, following a high schooler, Shu Uma, after he encounters a badly wounded girl. He absolutely loses it and pushes the resistance to new heights in a desperate push to restore Japan's independence. Number 8. Witchcraft Works.
That's crazy. Without the virus, that's like what happened in Code Geass. Just like, except it was Britain that decided, and Japan was the last one. And they're like, we're taking over. All right, so y'all gonna have to fight for your freedom. That we got everything else. Y'all left. Would you think they'd be one of the first? Because they're not as big as the other countries in the world. Like, Japan compared to the size of the U.S. or Russia's not a country. Is it a country? Am I being dumb? I think Russia is a country. It's not a continent, because that's Europe. Is Russia a part of Europe? Shoot. Asia, Africa, North America, South America. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so, yeah, Europe is the continent. All right, good. All right, I'm back to my natural smartness. But yeah, like when they go take over like some countries in Africa, just try to take the whole thing, or like North America, go to Canada, maybe Mexico, take those over after you go to Japan, because Japan is like it's small. Like what? I'm pretty sure Japan and like the like United Kingdom are around the same size. So I don't know how I got onto Code Geass talk. Either way, let's get back to the. My brain functioning on less than percent because my job got me tired. That's why I keep
Starting
yawning.
off with a normal high school student living a boring life. It doesn't take too long for Witchcraft Works to turn up the heat and drag us into an insane world of fantasy, magic, and mystery. Honoka is an average student leading a reasonably normal existence. Sitting next to Ayaka, one of the most beautiful and intelligent girls in the entire school, she even has her own fan club. One day, our hero encounters some magic and we learn that Ayaka is actually a witch. One of the many witches that has been assigned to protect Honoka. Protect Honoka? Well, yeah, it turns out there's more to our MC than meets the eye. We start to realize that there actually exists a ludicrous amount of magical power within our unbelievably powerful MC. Slowly, we start to see a close and intimate relationship develop between Honoka and his protector, Ayaka.
Okay.
And when bad things happen
That
to
sounds cool.
Ayaka, you know that Honoka is going to go absolutely berserk.
That sounded cool. Wait,
Number
what was that
7,
called?
The Legend of the Legendary Heroes.
Witchcraft Works? Alright, that's okay. Go ahead and just.
It's rare to come across such an emotionally fueled and visceral adventure like the one covered in this epic series. From likable characters, interesting
have that
world
there for
building,
later. That
but
sounded cool as
perhaps
hell.
the strongest aspect of the Legend of the Legendary Heroes is the sheer quality behind the individual story arcs. Truly imaginative and captivating tales in which we follow the incredibly lazy Reiner Lute, one of the biggest slackers attending the Magician's Academy. The story sets off with his empire entering an all-out war with the neighbouring nation of Istanbul. After this brutal war, Reiner is twisted, having lost many classmates and personal friends, incredibly horrible losses endured by our young school student. Reiner sets out on an epic journey in order to collect the relics of a legendary hero, in order to prevent the rapid spread of a deadly curse. Tonally, the series is near perfect, handling large-scale death, destruction, and loss in an extremely mature fashion. Reiner's journey is one that any viewer would be earnestly invested in, and the twists and turns along the way are bound to shock you. Number 6. UQ Holder.
俺の大事なもんをもてあそんでんじゃ。
Following the story of a small-town boy, Tota, and his big dreams to leave his village and live in the extremely developed Shin Tokyo, a tower-like building that extends into space. About to depart, he is wounded defending his guardian from a bounty hunter and learns that he has been made into an immortal vampire. Fresh off with this shocking news, our immortal and powerful MC heads off to Shin Tokyo, picking up other travellers along the way and joining a secret society of immortals known as UQ Holder. This secret organisation of immortals intertwines with the history of the planet. Protecting humanity from other existential threats, the world of UQ Holder has so much more to it than meets the eye. Epic battles and brilliant set pieces, UQ Holder isn't afraid to tug at the emotional heartstrings. Although Tota may be an incredibly powerful and immortal vampire, he still has his humanity and is extremely protective over his loved ones. If bad things were to happen to them, well, let's just say that you don't want to be around for that. Number 5,
Alright.
Sacred 7.
I'm gonna be honest, this is why I don't watch these videos. These videos are long. It's 8 minutes and we're at 5?
One of our greatest
Bruh.
weaknesses is science fiction anime. Sacred 7 is easily one of the best in show. Following my lonely MC,
Normally
Alma,
be at
that
8.
is
Like,
one
they be
day
just
approached
1
by a
minute per
mysterious
entry.
character
Boom, boom, boom,
asking
out.
about the hidden powers of the Sacred 7 that exist within Alma. Alma vowed to never use the power of the Sacred 7 ever again. In the past, he had hurt far too many people, but when his city is attacked by a vicious monster, Alma has no choice but to go back on his word and truly unleash the power of the Sacred 7. We soon learn that his
Not like
god
he's
mode
talking
is
slow
near
either.
unrivaled. Alma faces a constant inner battle between his humanity and the raw, unhinged power of the Sacred 7. Having been rewoken, watch Alma struggle to hold on to his humanity and protect the ones he loves, not only from the beasts and supernatural beings, but also from himself. Number 4, Twin Star Exorcists.
Ooh, I've heard of this one. But I never even thought about watching it. It was just like, I saw the title on like one of the streaming services, and I was like,
What
yeah,
made
it looked
this
kind of
such
cool.
a brilliant series is the level of strange and odd characters we follow. A pair of highly skilled
Shoot, it might be
exorcists
on my
that are
Funimation right
destined
now.
to marry and have a child that is destined to be the ultimate exorcist. Twin Star is a series that oozes style. From its animation to character design, the gothic and gritty vibe of this is pretty unique. And from the strong bonds between the two main characters, it's easy to imagine how berserk the other would go should anything happen to their loved one. A really brilliant series whose story arc falls by the wayside in favour of the interesting characters and the awesome chemistry. Don't get me wrong, the fight scenes and supernatural elements are extremely engaging, but the prophesized love between the main characters is what had us coming back for more. Number 3, Seraph of the End.
Okay, okay.
ダメだゆうちゃん僕と一緒に
Vampires and dark fantasy were made for each other.
It's
Seraph
not
of the
on
End
Funimation.
brings this supernatural combination to new heights with a brilliant post-apocalyptic setting and a pretty epic overarching story. Set in the distant future, 2012, we learn of a human-made virus, around 8 years off the mark there guys. This virus absolutely decimated most of the human population, only leaving children under the age of 13. Slowly, vampires and other horrifying beasts start to emerge from the earth. Vampires quickly establish themselves as the dominant species of the planet and offer protection to the last few remaining humans in exchange for blood. We follow Yuichiro and Mikhaila. These young orphans plan their escape. No spoilers here, but heavy things happen and we see the true fury unlocked in our MC. From
Okay, this
being
sounds kinda
simple
cool, though.
children, their true potential becomes realized. One thing is for certain, Devil's Line.
Oh, I thought I was going to die before the end of this.
This This series brings forward a super stylish and brilliant dark fantasy that has us craving more. A seriously well-made series about the dark underbelly of vampires that operates alongside us, but a couple of interesting twists keep The Devil's Line an interesting series and a refreshing watch. First off, vampires don't need blood to survive, but strong emotions can turn them into uncontrollable, bloodthirsty monsters. Our MC, a university student named Tusaka, learns of this secret world of vampires after his childhood friend reveals her dark secret. The story really goes into full gear as Tusaka gets dragged deeper and deeper into this world of vampires. A strange and odd romance that is an interesting balancing act, with these brutal vampires looming the ever-present threat that those strong emotions can turn them into absolute frenzied animals that would not hesitate to devour human flesh.
Okay.
And
So it's like Tokyo Ghoul. The ghouls don't have to eat human flesh. They can drink coffee, but you know when their hunger gets them, it's like that rage he was talking about. That hunger got them. They go devour humans until they're satisfied. It's just weird. Like coffee is the only thing they can drink. That sucks.
1. Tokyo Ravens.
Oh, I thought I when I was trying to get the other one, I thought it was Tokyo Revengers. I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense, seeing how it's just an anime about
Following
people
World
beating
War
each other
I
up
and some powerful
school.
magical rituals that
You beat
went
up my
wrong,
friend, I'm
the
beating you up.
entire Japanese continent is truly messed, covered with supernatural occurrences and a very difficult area to live in. Tokyo Raven starts off with this magic is integrated with technology, with heavy usage across the medical field. However, only a certain number of people are capable of utilizing this magical power. We follow a young man that lacks any spiritual power, outcast by society, and living a reasonably uneventful life. That is, until he hears rumors of the same disaster about to reoccur. An epic tale of two people against insurmountable odds. We slowly learn more and more about the world around them and the horrible disaster plaguing Japan and its people. A really action-packed and rocket-fueled adventure that you do not want to miss out on.
Alright, I don't know why that video felt like it was like 12 hours long. After a while, it was just like, bro, keep a move on. Shoot. But I'm not gonna lie, Seraph of the End and Witchcraft Works sounded really cool. So those I'm be adding to my list. But hope y'all enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.